confirming this via ESPN. Milwaukee Bucks star Damian Lillard has been diagnosed with a left torn Achilles tendon. Sources told Shams Charania on Monday. He, of course, suffered that injury first quarter of the Sunday night Game 4 loss against the Pacers. The Bucks' season is over. The curiosity around the league is the Giannis run over with? I sure hope not. I sure hope not. But that's it's grim. It's super grim out here. Here, let's see some sad music for the Milwaukee Bucks. It's time to pour one out. I actually do feel, and this isn't jokingly, and I'm a Heat fan, and we've had our run-ins with them in the postseason. The Heat are on the brink of being swept, I believe, for the third time in the history of the franchise. The last time we were swept, Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Dominant in the first round. We got them back for it, but they got us once. I feel bad for Bucks fans because you have the one thing in the NBA that everybody craves, everybody begs for, they yearn for, and that is the generational star. The guy that not only can lift you to a title, but already has. That's Giannis Antetokounmpo. You don't just trade that guy away because things are looking grim, but then you look at the Bucks roster right now, and Damian Lillard, he's not just out for this postseason, he's likely not playing next year as well. He's a 35-year-old undersized guard. I feel bad for Dame because his career is practically over with. I feel worse for the Bucks because his injury, compounded with a terrible roster situation right now with no escape rope, means that everybody is looking towards the front office and asking probably the most riveting question of this NBA offseason. Will Giannis Antetokounmpo be on the block? And for Bucks fans, that's got to feel terrible to hear. We just watched the Mavericks lose their star in the middle of the night against kind of semi-smaller market team, or at least a less heralded team that has this one guy that you believe in. That would be the same scenario for the Bucks, but this is a guy that actually delivered a title for you. The question has to be asked, and as a Heat fan, I would love to see Giannis become available. Not just because the Heat would have a chance at him, but that would drive down the market for some of the other big stars like Ja Morant, who might be available, like Kevin Durant. But as a fan of the NBA and as a caring human being, I want to pour one out for the Bucks fans right here because I would hate to see you lose your guy Giannis, and it will be better for the NBA if he's able to stay in the Bucks uniform until the end of his career. It would suck if you lose him the same way y'all lost Kareem Abdul-Jabbar decades ago.
That's big of you.
I know that was different.
There are hard feelings with the Trailblazers and the Bucks.
The Blazers absolutely stink. I'm rooting on their downfall every day.
But you're not going to take it out on the Bucks, though they're in the forefront?
The Bucks did what the Bucks were supposed to do. The Bucks went out and got Damian Lillard. Like they wanted a star to pair with Giannis. Now, the problem in all of this is the Bucks made a miscalculation because they got rid of Drew Holiday in the midst of it. So if you think about it, Milwaukee kind of screwed themselves. You trade away Drew Holiday, who ends up getting to the Celtics and helping create this unstoppable force out there in Boston where there's no bad defenders. Like everybody can dribble, penetrate, shoot, and everybody can defend like at least at a B+ level. It's very difficult to beat a team like that 4 out of 7. They also kind of screwed themselves because they wrecked their defense. They cut the head off of the snake. Well, that's what Drew was at the top of the key. He allowed them to do so many things behind him. Now that there's no Drew, that's now Dame. You're relying on a high level of offense, and he's also 35 years old. Like the Bucks kind of screwed themselves. That was a miscalculation.
So you as a Miami Heat fan, this is like a relationship where if your significant other cheats on you, you don't get mad at the person that they cheated on you with.
Yeah, no.
You cheat on the person.
Well, no. Wait, are you saying you get your get back?
No.
You get mad at the person. I was like, whoa.
You get mad at your significant other for cheating on you.
Catman, bite.
And the Trailblazers cheated on you because Dame wanted to be a Heat player.
Yeah.
The Heat wanted Dame to be a member of the Miami Heat, but they would not relent.
They wouldn't. And the Dame experience in Milwaukee has not gone good. It has not gone well. He's not been the guy that they would have wished him to be. Who knows if it would have worked out for the Miami Heat? There's a good like inclination at the very least Jimmy would still be in a Heat uniform if they did get Dame that offseason. For better or worse. So, I don't know. Clearly, though, and I'm sorry I had to divert there and big shout to Damian Lillard. I mean, take a listen to this, though, CK. This is why they might have to trade Giannis. Lillard's contract, it takes up 35% of Milwaukee's cap each of the next 2 seasons. He's scheduled to make $54 million next year, which he will not play. And he's scheduled to make $58.5 million on a player's option the year after that, which I guarantee you he's picking up. The Bucks books are screwed. Question is, how do they solve that, and how do they find a way to get back in a place where they can be in power, where they can be competing for championships? And in the NBA, you never want the answer to that question to be trade the generational superstar, trade the best guy on our team, trade the guy that was averaging 30 a game who literally has very little flaws on the basketball court. So we'll see what their way out is. What I do know is this weekend,